Welcome to Edustart now. This is Nikhil. Welcome to the lecture 18. So I don't have actually prepared something called PPT today because it is again a same continuation of 17th PPT because whatever we have seen the concepts in the 17, so we are trying to continue the same thing in 18 because we are also continuing the same thing like pandas, so we are not yet completed pandas. So I will try to complete the whole things whatever we can discuss in pandas in this session. So this would be the 18th class of our data science course. So pandas, we have already seen few of the things that will be done using the pandas, how we do data analysis using pandas. So as we launch this Jupyter notebook, I have uploaded two things. One is like pandas file 1, and then this is file 2. Today we'll be discussing these two files, and we'll try to explain all the operations that we can do with pandas. So we have already said import pandas as PD. Pandas is nothing but a data analysis module in Python, so which is more useful for data manipulation and working with data, doing lot of analysis part of data. So we are just saying import pandas as PD. So df is nothing but a data structure for pandas. It is nothing but a data frame. We say it is a data frame. So what do you mean by data frame? Means it will represent the data in the tabular format. Okay, so the data whatever we are reading is, I am trying to read PD, the pandas object dot read underscore CSV. I am reading a CSV file. CSV file is nothing but comma separated file. So the file is at what location? The file is at this location. So I have some location in my system. So the file name is weather underscore data dot CSV. So I could go manually and check out this is the file which is in the format. I can just check it out what is CSV mean. I'm just opening in the notepad. So this is like a file which is with comma separated. You could see, right, every column is separated with comma. I mean every row or every element is been separated with comma. So this is the nothing but comma separated value. So we are trying to read that comma separated value file. So when we print the data frame, this file which is there is printed in the tabular format. The format you could able to see here, right? This is the format, and this starting is called the indexing of the data. So how many we have? 1 2 3 4 5 6. So we have the maximum index is nothing but 6. Okay, so we have how many data? 6 data values we have. So how many columns we have? We have day, we have temperature, we have wind speed and event. So there are four different columns we have, column names we have, and for every column we have 6 data, so 6 data values. So this is the representation of the data frame. You understood, right? This is the representation of the data frame. So data frame object will print the data, or will try to read the data set and able to frame the data or able to show the data in the tabular format. This is the format of data frame object. Okay, so hope you understood this, right? So this is the way you are trying to represent the data. So I am just reading this file in this format. The same file is being read, and when you are printing this data frame, you will get the index also you will get it. So now let's see what is called you can also frame the data. By taking list. Okay, I mean you are trying to convert that list into the data frame object. So now you see what I'm taking a weather data, an object equal to list of in tuple. I have a tuple with 4 elements. So I have name, I have date, I have something called temperature here, this is wind speed, and this is event. So I'm taking a list. Inside this list I am taking the tuple. So I have all this tuple. So I have a list. Inside this list I have what? I have got lot of tuples. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 tuple I have. So what I am trying to say, I am trying to convert this list into the data frame object. So how do I am trying to do? Df and data frame object equal to pd dot data frame. I'm trying to convert to data frame. What I'm trying to convert, I'm converting the weather data, which is a list format, okay, which is a list. Inside list you have tuples, okay. So what I'm trying to say, I'm explicitly saying the column names should be, the names of this column should be in the format of, it should be days, this should be day, this should be temperature, this should be wind speed, and it should be event. So what I am trying to say, I am converting the list object into the data frame object, and I am trying to print that data frame object, and explicitly I am saying the column name should be this, okay. So the column names are day, temperature, wind speed, and event. So when I print this data frame object, I will get the output like this. So hope you understood, right? This is the way you are trying to print the data frame object. So index obviously you will get by default because it is a data frame. So obviously index, along with index, whatever you have been taken inside it will be printed. So hope you understood, right? So you could see what is the df dot size. Df dot size is nothing but, so I need to first read this. First I have read this. After I read this, then I'll go to here. So it was running when it is star means it was still running, it seems. So it was saying that no file exists. So I can do one thing, I can do double slash here, 1 minute. Okay, so the issue is like day 17, so we are going to see 18th day. It was there in day 18, right? So now it will run because the path I have given wrong. Now it is coming, right? So we have got the data frame here. Again I'm trying to convert the list into the data frame. You could see the data frame how it is printing. Then I'm trying to try the shape. Shape means like how many rows and how many columns I have. So I'm having 6 rows and 4 columns. You could check, right? So you have 4 columns, 1, temperature, day, wind speed, and events are the columns, and rows means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So row index will be starting from 0. That's why 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So but the length of the columns are, rows are 6. So that's why you have shape is total rows and columns are 6 comma 4, 6 rows and 4 columns. Df dot head, again this is a very important function in something called data frame object, or you can say it is pandas. In pandas, head means it will give you the first few data values. So that means suppose think that you are having a large data set around 10,000 data values. You want only like top 15 or top 20. So what you need to do, you need to just say df data frame object dot head. It will give you top few. In this case it is giving 5, but basically it will give you top few rows, I mean few data values, okay, rows and columns. So I mean few rows it will try to print, okay. So this is nothing but actually df dot head. So you could able to see, right, it is giving you 4. To tail means from the end it will give you few columns. So hope you understand, few rows. So this is a very important function. Df dot head and df dot tail is very frequently used in any project which we work with data science and machine learning also. So df dot head is nothing but it is going to print the first few rows of your data set. Df dot tail is going to print the first few, or I mean last few data values of your data set, so rows of your data set. That's all. So this is what you need to remember, and it is very very important. You please try to understand it. So I'm just saying here again, you see slicing is again a part of it. So df of 2 to 5, here 2 to 5 means what I'm trying to say, it should start from 2 second row and it should stop at 4th row, because we already know slicing. So 1 less than the last element, so it should start with 2, the second row it starts, third row and 4th row, not 5th one, okay. So this is what nothing but a slicing. You can also print if you want any customized rows to be taken, or if you want only few rows to be considered, you can also do like this, okay. So df dot columns, what are the columns which we have 4 columns, right? So if I just say df dot columns, it will give day, temperature, wind speed and event. So so hope you understood, right? This is what indexing of all these things. So indexing obviously will be the indexing of And what I mean to say is like columns are this 4. So df dot columns will give you the names of the columns which are part of your data set. Okay, so df dot day, so it will only give you the days. If I say df dot day, it will give you only the days column. So how many we have? 6 columns, 6 rows we have, but only the days column will be printed here. So got it right? So you can also access using this way, df dot day you can say, or df of day you can say. You can also say like a keys and values, because here the names of the columns will be taken as the keys and the values will be taken as the data, the values inside that columns. Understood, right? So you can also represent the day like this, the data set like this. So remember, you can also convert a dictionary into something called a data frame object, because here the keys of the dictionary will be taken as the column names and the values of the dictionary will be taken as the values for that column names. So that is what actually the basic thing. You can also convert a dictionary into something called data frame. So you could also you can say df of key. This is nothing but the key, right? So you will get all the values, that means all the values that are related to the days. So you can also access the data set like this. You can also access the data set like this. So I want both days and events, so I can also write like this. This along with the name of the indexing 0 1 2 3 4 5, you can also get the days and event names. So df of temperature, I am just getting only the temperature. So here you see df of temperature dot max. So again, this is the inbuilt method. Dot max is inbuilt method. What I am trying to give is like I am trying to get the maximum temperature of my data set. So you see guys, what exactly this pandas is. Pandas is going to do lot of data analysis. That means it is trying to extract the insights of data, or extract the columns, or extract the values, or extract the particular data from a very big data set. Here we have taken a little data set, but think that you have very big data set which is having around 10,000 20,000 of rows, and 1 lakh of rows or 2 lakhs of rows. If that is that huge data set, a human cannot able to access it, or cannot able to understand the data set, because it is very huge. He can't able to get exactly or extract the data whatever he wants to get. So but using the pandas, which we have lot of inbuilt methods in it, as pandas is a data analysis module, lot of inbuilt modules, functions are there inside it. So we'll try to extract the exact information whatever you are trying to pick up. Okay, so this is actually very important for data scientist, because for a data scientist, what is the basic intention is to understand the insights of data, or understand what exactly the data is talking about. How do we try to work with a huge amount of data, and how do we exactly get the required information, or understand the complete data, what is required to do, or what is required to produce the solution. So for that purpose, pandas is very much useful for any data analyst or a data scientist who would really work on the data. Okay, so what I was trying to say is like we are trying to give the maximum value of the column called temperature. Here the maximum value is at 35. You could able to, if you want, you can please check it out. Actually, here if I read this data set, in this data set 35 is the highest value, so you could find it out, right? It was a very small data set, but think that in a case of 1 lakh 2 lakh data set, still you can able to use the same query and able to pull out the data whatever you want to get. So this is actually the greatness of something called pandas module. So you are getting the minimum temperature. So again, this is again important. You can able to describe the complete data picture of your column. So I'm just saying df of temperature column dot describe. It is completely describing what is the count of that temperature, what is the mean, what is the standard deviation value, what is the minimum value, what is 25%. This is all about, this will come in the statistics part. Okay, this will come in the statistics. 25% of standard deviation and all will come in the statistics part. So maximum value of it. So all this float value, what is the data type which is considering, and all these things. So it is completely describing the whole picture of that column. So that is again a very important thing which will make you understand the whole picture of your data, your data, because you're clearly understanding what is there exactly in that column, what is the complete picture of your that column. So you're getting right, what is the maximum value, what is the minimum value, what is the mean of that column, and everything you're trying to get it using this method, this function. That's why pandas is very very important. So what I am trying to say, I am trying to print that whole data picture where my data temperature is equal to data max. So out of I have lot of temperature, I mean rows. Out of my all rows, I want only those row where my temperature is maximum. So I have a row called 1, so which is having the maximum temperature, which is 35. So what I am trying to say, I am trying to write this query. This is what you could able to see, a command like this. So I'm just saying df of, this is the thing. So I'm trying to say where my temperature is double equal to, is equivalence to the maximum temperature. For that row has to be taken out. So that is the meaning. So when I run this one, I'll get this one row with 35 temperature is been printed. So but if I want only the day, here you see df dot day. So I want only the day, I don't want the whole row, I want only the day column, I want only the day which where my temperature is high. So I can able to run this. So if you want, if you don't want day, if you suppose if you want out of it, if you want wind speed, suppose you want wind speed, or you want event, of when the temperature is high, you can able to say d of event of something like this. So you will get that event is sunny, the day it is sunny. Okay, when the temperature is maximum, the event, that means the day is sunny. So you can able to extract the complete picture of the data. You understood, right? This is the way you could able to really work on this data. So hope you understood clearly. Let's actually work on data frames more. Okay, so till now we have seen how do we read the data set, how do we understand the columns and rows of your data set, how do we represent the data in the data frame format, how do we convert a list into a data frame, how do we convert a dictionary also. We'll come probably see in the next now whatever we are going to discuss, we can able to extract few data few rows from the starting, from the back. We can able to extract the particular column information. We can extract particular column maximum values or minimum values, or particular column related significance of other column. So lot of things we can able to do really using this pandas module. Inside this pandas module you have lot of functions which will really helps us to understand the data completely. So now let's see again how do we read the other parts of again pandas, because there are a lot of things which we work with pandas. So let's see again a few of the other operations that we can do with pandas. This is what we have seen. I'm just reading a data set called weather dot. So this is that data set I have read. So I'm again reading one more data set here. So I'm just representing the data frame of it. So if I run it, I would get the data set which I have read. This is the data set. If you want, I can just open it. This is the data set. I can open it in the format of notepad. You could see comma separated file. I have day, city, temperature, wind speed and event. So I could see all this data values which are again represented in the form of data frame. The same data what we have seen there is been represented over here. So I am trying to group all these things. Sanji is an object. Okay, data frame object dot group by of city. I am trying to group the data as per the city. Okay, so here New York, Mumbai, they and Paris is there. So what my intention here, I am not printing, I am just printing the object group by object. So here I am not printing any output. So I'm just saying group by, I'm just trying to group. This is again related to something called SQL. If you are a bit good in SQL, or you are a bit aware of SQL, you will understand what is group by think. Group by is like you are grouping the data, you are trying to keep all the data in one side where my cities are same. So that is the meaning I'm just trying to say here. Okay, here I'm not printing anything because I'm just grouping by. I'm not saying after you group you need to do like this or you need to print this one. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying group the data, and the data should be that stored in G. That's all. Okay, with the, this is the location where I was trying to store something like this. So now what I'm saying, for city comma city underscore df in G. So what I'm trying to say, you could see here. So city underscore df is nothing but the data it is nothing but the data frame of your city. So in G whatever you have is like, in G whatever you are having a keys and values part. Sorry, you are having city underscore df is nothing but an object. You can keep whatever you want to keep here. You can say just object, df object, or you can say df object. So whatever it is, you will get the output. So what I was trying to say, I want to print the name of the city and all the rows which are related to that city. So when I just run this one, you could see Mumbai. For city means Mumbai. For this first time when I print a city, this Mumbai is printed. Second time the object, when I am printing df object, okay, in the G it will grouping all the Mumbai cities. Okay, all the Mumbai related data. So what is group by is doing? Group by is doing it is reading the data set and it is trying to group all the Mumbais in one place. Okay, so that is what it was trying to, that object is having that data. So when I'm printing that object, I'm getting all the data with this. You could see that it is at 4th index, 5th index, 6th index and 7th index. If you could see it here, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th index are belong to Mumbai. Okay, so this is the way you could able to work with the data. So if I don't want, I can able to skip this because I don't want to take up the city name. For reference, for easy understanding, I have taken. Otherwise I can say Mumbai, this all will become Mumbai. So next New York, all this will become New York. Similarly, I am trying to group city wise. I am trying to group the data city wise. So I have 3 cities in my data set. I am trying to group the data as per the city wise. Okay, so hope you understood that. So I want to group the data using the d dot get group. So I have grouped it. Now I want to get that group. Okay, so I can say g dot get group of New York. So only the New York related group will be printed, which is at 0th index, 1st index, 2nd index, 3rd index in my data set. Okay, so when I run this, I will get the data. I will get the complete information. So it is at 0, 1, 2, 3 indexes. Okay, so this is the way you can able to get the data which are related to one city also. So g dot max. So out of G, I want to know the maximum. What maximum? So use it here. You see here, maximum temperature in the. So whatever in this, what we can able to find out, either we can able to find out the maximum temperature, okay, or maximum speed. So wind speed. So here actually what we are trying to see, I am trying to find out the maximum temperature from the groups. So in the New York, the maximum temperature is at somewhere around 36. I want only this row to be printed. So in Mumbai I have around 90, so 92, so this should be printed. In Paris I have own maximum 54. So only these 3 rows has to be printed for me because I want the only the maximum values. So that's why when I say g dot max, it will give me the maximum temperature values for every city. Okay, so each city, different cities, it will try to consider, and in that cities, okay, it will try to give us the maximum temperature where it is. So again, mean, you will get the mean because all these are numerical values. you can only find the maximum of numerical values. If I say sunny on Mumbai, New York and Paris, there is no way we can find the maximum or minimum of it, or we cannot find event maximum or minimum. Only this wind speed and temperature we can able to find minimum and maximum. If you are very particular with the wind speed, you can say if you want to find the mean, so you can only find with these two columns. So that's why if I say g dot mean will give us only the two columns which has a possibility to do the mean. So again I said you describe is again it is describing the complete picture of the data. So for the cities New York, Mumbai and Paris, because describe will be again applicable only for the numerical data. So for all this numerical data, I have mean, I have minimum, I have maximum, so I have all these deviation values and all. You could able to find out it. Okay, so hope we have seen some data insights. How do we work with the different types with the data? Now let's see how do we concatenate or how do we add the two data frames. Okay, how do we add two different data frames? So here I have I said you right, we can also convert a dictionary into the data frame. I said already all the column values will be taken as the keys, and the values that are being taken in the dictionary are called as the data values for that columns, so which we have already discussed. But here the implementation of it, what I'm trying to say, I'm just importing the pandas. I'm taking India underscore weather, some variable equal to pandas object dot data frame. You're converting into data frame. What you're converting a dictionary into the data frame. I have column names as city, temperature and humidity with the values Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore. So when I run this thing, I would get the data frame object as this way. Okay, this is the way I would get the data frame object. Okay, so similarly I can also get the other way around. So one more thing, if I am trying to print US temperature weather, I'll get the same thing. Okay, so now what I want to say, I want to concatenate means add. So basically what is meant by concatenation is nothing but addition with one another. So I want to concatenate Indian weather data frame with the US data frame. Okay, so now what is I'm trying to do, it is going to just add. Here I'm not changing it, because here it is adding, that's all. I'm not merging it. That's why you are having a data indexing as 0 1 2 and again 0 1 2, just adding. If I say Nikhil concatenated with Raju, it is just Nikhil Raju. So here I'm not trying to merge the two things into one data set. Okay, so that is the difference. So here there is not merging happening, only concatenation happening. That's why it is been concatenated, or vertically these two are been added. Okay, one after other. So if you want to add, so index, if you want to ignore the index, if you don't want index, okay, if you don't want to index, or if you want to ignore the index, you could see here it was concatenated directly. But here what I'm trying to say, if you want the continuous index, I'm just saying ignore index equal true. So ignore index equal to true means I am trying to ignore the index, I'm not trying to consider the index. Okay, if I run this thing, what happens, it will come as not 0 1 2 3 again 0 1 2 2 1 2. Here it will be 0 1 2 3 4 5, continuously the index values will be printed. Okay, so if you see that what happens, if I say false, if I say false, again it will be printed 0 1 2 0 1 2. So you are trying to ignore. When you ignore only, then it will be taken as one after another, as a continuous index. Okay, so this is the way we can able to also work out. So now access means nothing but a horizontal concatenation, because the vertical concatenation we are doing normally using concat. But if you want to do concatenation horizontally, access is very important. Here we will add the same thing, nothing different. Df equal to pd dot concat Indian weather comma US weather comma axis equal to 1. The axis means in the same axis, in the horizontal axis you are trying to concatenate, but here what happens, you have only one index value 0 1 2, but you have city, humidity, temperature for India, and then city, humidity, temperature for US. So you are trying to concatenate the data in the horizontal format, because your the axis should be in the one single axis. That means the horizontal concatenation you are trying to do. So when I run this one, I will get the data like this. Okay, so now we are not merging. So here till now we have never seen merging, we just added it. So but still there is something called merging, concept of merging here. So we can also work with that merging concept. Okay, so wherein we need to understand few things out of it. Okay, so now what I am trying to say, I have a I have taken a data frame object. I'm just printing this data frame. I'm just getting like this. I'm just reading the data frame, and then what I'm trying to say, I'm taking again humidity with similar data, when one of the similar data what I have taken there. So I'm just taking the temperature data frame object and humidity data frame object. So two things I'm taking. Now I want to merge these two things in one. Okay, merge the two things, because there are some names, city names common for both of them. So there may be only change in something called merge, using what I'm trying to merge through things based on city. So I'm just trying to merge the two things based on city. Here in the first data frame I have Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, Hyderabad. Here I have Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore. So three are common, three city names are common, but one only extra added, Hyderabad. So when I try to merge these two things based on the city, so I will get the output as something like this. I will get output as this, because I will not get Hyderabad, because Hyderabad is not having they are not having a common feature called city. There is nothing at common feature called city. So you are not trying to merge it with the city. So merging will happen when you have the common name of the cities in A and B, two different data frames, like temperature and humidity data frames. So we will get the temperature and humidity data frames in this format. So when I try to merge it again, guys, please, you need to understand one thing, not just seeing this video, you need to really practice. Only then you can really understand the insights of data, because as we go down it becomes very tougher and tougher, because the data science course is not that simple. There is a lot of things involved in it. You need to really work very hard, try to understand the concepts, try to analyze the concept, try to think innovatively, try to do lot of practice, try to really work hard. Only then you can achieve the heights. So please, guys, we are trying to give you as much as content for every concept, whatever been possible in our standards or in our scope. So we are not trying to just to say you the basics of concepts. We are trying to say complete internal or insights more clearly about every concept, so that you will really make your basement very strong, understanding the concepts, fundamental things you will make out very sound and strong. So that is what our intention. So please try to practice. It is very important. You need to really work hard, only then you can really achieve it. So guys, please try to practice as soon as the video is been shared to you. Okay, try to understand the difficulty what is happening, because making these files is very difficult, and you need to really understand understand the concepts clearly and really work on it. Okay, so now let's come again back to our concepts. Here I'm trying to merge it, but with the city, and again outer, there is something called outer join and inner join concept in something called your SQL. I don't know how many people knows it or not. So outer join is like you're trying to join which are common, and again which is not common, that will be added at the last. When you have primary key, there is a concept of primary key and foreign key. So when you have the same key there, you say that same values of the columns you have, or the same column name you have, you say the other column as a foreign key, and you will try to add the other columns except that foreign key. So there is a concept which is there in SQL. I don't know whether you will understand this or not. What I am trying to do, I am trying to merge based on the city here, but I am trying to again outer join some extra columns which are there in either A or B. So that is the meaning. So here this 3 will be merged accordingly, but again Hyderabad is a thing which is there which don't have any humidity, so it was taking as nan means no value existing. So when I try to run it again, I will get the output as this one. Okay, you got it right. So here it is trying to merge which are common, which is not common it is trying to add it. For those we have values it is taking, it is for those we don't have values it is taking in nan values. So this is again a very great thing in pandas, wherein it will autofill the missing values as nan values. Okay, so that is again which is possible in Python. So now again you need to understand two things, guys. One is like iLocate and location of that related to index thing. So here it is very important for you to understand this concept also. So what I'm trying to say you is like here I'm trying to import two modules. One is like NumPy and pandas. So I'm trying to convert into the data frame object list. I'm trying to convert 1 2 3 up to 9, again 19 I have. I'm trying to specify the index of it, explicitly. I'm trying to specify that 49th index is 1, 48 index is 2, 47th index is 3, 46 index is 4. Like that I'm explicitly mentioning the name of the index, the index values to indexing to that values which are there in the inside the list, and I'm trying to convert into data frame object. When I try to run it, I'll get the output as this, because here when I don't have anything in column name, it will take as 0. So now you see that 49th index is 1, 48 index is 2. This is what explicitly I'm providing the index to those columns, to those values. So hope you have understood. But when I say what is s dot location, okay, if I say s dot okay, first I'll explain this so that you will understand when I explain the other one. S dot location of 45. This 45 means S is nothing but our data frame object. When you have seen, right, S is nothing but, so where is S? Yeah, you can say something like df, no problem. df dot locate. I am trying to locate the index 45. That is the meaning of locate. So what I'm getting 45. 45 is 5. I'm getting the value called 5. So that means the 5 is at 45 index. So here this 45 index I have 5. Could see this 5 is at 45 index. That is what it is showing. What is happening is locate will try to print the location or the index of the that element. Okay, if I try to run this, I will get the index. But if I say the same iLocate, so hope you understood, right? iLocate is different from locate. Locate will give you the index of the name of, the index of that value, the index of that value. So when you're taking a data frame object and you're trying to have some kind of values inside it, and if I'm trying to say df dot locate of 45, explicitly I have mentioned some indexes, right? This 45 index is at 5 is at 45 index, but iLocate will try to take it from 0. This is the 0th row, first row, second row, third row, fourth row, fifth row. So iLocate will consider according to the row, but locate will consider according to the index that you have specified. So iLocate of 0 to 2, that means it will print 0 and 1, not 2. So I'm trying to iLocate means I'm trying to iLocate. The difference between locate and iLocate is, again I said you. So for location of 49 it is 1. For iLocation of 49 it is nothing. iLocation of 0 is 1. So iLocate of 0 is 1, but locate of 49 is 1. So hope you understood, right? So that is the difference between it. Okay, so iLocate means the output of iLocate is allocate of 0 to 2, that means it will take 0 and 1, not 2. So 0 and 1 rows are what 14 1 and 2 are called 0 and 1 rows. So these are called 0 and 1 rows as per actually understanding it location. So okay, so this is the way you can able to work on. So location of 45 is again 5. So location of 49 is what location of 49 is what as per our indexing it is 1. So this is if I take the same as allocate, here I need to say 0. If I say I need to say 0 for location, it is 49, allocate it is 0, you will get the same output. So hope you understood what is allocate and locate. So when I say allocate of 45, you will get wrong, you will get a error, because there is no column name of 45. At max you have only 10 or 20 15. So you have column, sorry, row name, row number, you don't have 45 rows or 49 rows. So you cannot use allocate here, you can only use locate. Locate is just picking out the data which is at location or index which we specify. Allocate is like it is trying to read the data from the starting mention, taking it as 0th column row and first row, second row, third row, like that. So hope you understood this one. We are done with pandas. So we have please try to practice all the things whatever I mentioned. Try to see the video and try to practice it in your system. So if you have any doubts, you can ask me. My team is really working very hard, and because making this material prepared or trying to contact with everyone is very tedious task, as easy as it seems, but very difficult. So please understand us and try to really work very much, try to really practice it, because only then the data the hard work of you or us will pay off. Because when we are giving trying to provide you as much as quality and we expect the same thing from you, you need to practice it, you need to really understand and really try to get the knowledge out of it. It is very important for everyone. Only you practice, you will really remember the things, and you can easily able to solve any kind of program or any kind of question being asked. Okay, so for offline classes, again I'm trying to say, so offline classes you need to contact the number, this number, or you can whatsapp to something called 951, this number. Okay, these two are the numbers for offline classes. For call you can do this. For offline classes or classroom training, for classroom training you can able to please try to contact these numbers, you will get the update. Okay, thank you guys, thanks for your precious time on viewing this videos whatever we are sharing, and these are very important guys. It will be very much helpful for your career. So please try to just view and try to practice these things whatever we are providing. Thank you guys, this is Nikhil signing off.